Hi, this is Tamal Kumar Mazumdar of Tamal's Musings. Today, we will discuss the plight of ordinary Indian shareholders. Ordinary equity shareholders are always used to be at the receiving end due to mismanagement, suspension of equity shares by stock exchanges, as well as approval of acquisition of stressed assets by the National Company Law Tribunal or NCLT. In most of the stressed asset cases, NCLT cancels shareholding of ordinary shareholders, excluding promoter stake. As regards acquisition of Essar Steel India Limited is concerned, ArcelorMittal closed the acquisition at rupees 42,000 crore, largest stressed asset deal to be closed in the country. In this case, ordinary shareholders got nothing and the NCLT cancelled their shareholding. The committee of creditors consists mainly of bankers used to decide the payment structure and usually maximum amount shared by them, keeping small amount for unsecured creditors and nothing for ordinary equity shareholders. Same thing happened in the case of NCLT approved Tata Steel subsidiary Tata Steel Mining Limited's 780 crore acquisition bid during April 2022 for Rohit Ferrotech Limited, rupees 515 crore for financial creditors and fresh infusion of 165 crore and nothing for ordinary shareholders of Rohit Ferro. The tragic thing is that NCLT never considered the plight of ordinary equity shareholders at the time of hearing of the proposed acquisition of stressed assets, as if they are the main culprits for the downfall of the said company. But it is the ordinary shareholders who used to be with the company management during both good and bad times of the said company. Neither the Securities Exchange Board of India nor the Ministry of Corporate Affairs ever gave a thought regarding the plight of ordinary shareholders in this aspect. They remained silent spectators to this burning issue. Secondly, ordinary shareholders also suffer due to suspension of any stock by the stock exchanges. Due to suspension of trading of stock in the stock exchanges terminal, shareholders lose liquidity relating to the holding in the shares. What is the basis of suspension of membership by the stock exchanges? It may be due to several reasons, like any violation of statute, failure to pay dues and fees, failure to pay its subscription, fees, arbitration charges, or any other money which may be due from it, or any fine or penalty imposed on it. It is noted from BSE Limited that they suspended 472 companies' equity shares as on 9th January 2024 out of 4,746 companies' equity shares listed with it, mainly due to non-payment of annual listing fee. Total market capitalization of BSE listed equity shares as on 9th January 2024 is a whopping 3 crore 67 lakhs 47,884 crore. Stock exchanges used to charge annual listing fee from those companies whose shares are listed with the said stock exchange. Take for example BSE Limited or formerly Bombay Stock Exchange Limited with effect from 1st April 2022-23 charges rupees 3,25,000 per year for exclusively listed companies with paid up capital up to rupees 100 crore, and they will charge rupees 2,85,000 per year for commonly listed companies with paid up capital up to 100 crore and 3,60,000 per year for listed companies with paid up capital up to 200 crore and so on. As regards plight of shareholders are concerned, take the case of Balasore Alloys Limited, listed with the BSE Limited. It was suspended for non-payment of annual fees and last trading of the equity shares took place on 13/12/2021 with closing price of its equity shares of rupees 5 fully paid up at rupees 6.29. The said company has a paid up capital of 46.466 crore consisting of 9 crore 33 lakhs 25,421 equity shares of 5 each. Total number of shareholders as on 31st March 2021 was 1,17,977. Due to suspension of its shares, the stock became illiquid, increasing the plight of general shareholders. The positive news is that the promoters of Balasore Allies Limited recently reopened its plant in Odisha, passed audited accounts of the company for the financial years 2019-20 to 2022-23 by calling annual general meetings of shareholders. And if sources are to be believed, the management is taking appropriate steps for relisting of its equity shares at the BSE Limited. The above case is a special one. All shareholders of other suspended companies are not so lucky. Most of the suspended companies used to go to the NCLT or competent court either for liquidation or for acquisition by another company, increasing the plight of ordinary equity shareholders. Role of Ministry of Corporate Affairs and other regulatory bodies in this regard is also not praiseworthy. They remained a silent spectator all the time in this sordid saga. Uniquely, yearly loss of BSE Limited alone due to suspension of 472 companies as on 9th January 2024 is rupees 13.45 crore, considering average listing fee of rupees 2,85,000 per year for all such companies, commonly listed companies. In order to safeguard the interest of ordinary shareholders, the government must look into these issues afresh and take appropriate measures immediately.